Greetings humans, this is Aramis from Cheel Archives, and today we're gonna take a look at sketchbook number 6. This is the one I used for most of my YouTube videos up until this point, so you're probably gonna recognize a good bit of these drawings, but I didn't film all because I didn't want to get into the bad habit of only drawing for YouTube. So I did some finished stuff off camera, also decorated the front. It has 50 pages, but I ripped out one to do some testing with watercolors. So 49, let's get started. This was my first drawing. This was done with Crayola watercolors. Not too bad. Raven and Aisha, I like them. They're cool. Everybody at this point, if you've watched any of my other videos, know that my two favorite characters are Raven and Corbin, and they're together. they're a couple. Speaking of Corbin, this was his old design. I have since redesigned him a bit. His hair stays the same, but his outfit, except for the shoes, his outfit changes, and I changed both of their main colors, switched them, but you'll see that later. These were also drawn and colored with Crayola. I was still working on her design. I completely redesigned her clothes later because I hate skirts. She is a girly girl, so I can see her wearing skirts, but I hate drawing skirts. I don't like skirts at all, so yeah. Okay, so this I tried to do with markers, Sergeant Art markers. They're like Crayola, but all the colors were insanely dark, and I had really liked this sketch, so I kind of ruined it. This one came out a lot better. This was also done with Crayola watercolors. Raven, yeah. And Aisha, looking sassy as always. She has, what, salad fingers? I think it's an old YouTube thing, oh boy. More Corbin, this is when he had the gecko thing. I really wanted to stick with the animal motifs, but I'm not sure how to work it in yet. But this is book Azalin, which is like the 5th book in the Gaia Glitch series, so I still have time to think about it. I haven't even written book 1 yet. I have plans, but I didn't write it yet. Oh, so this was drawn with Crayola, and I love how this one came out. I love it so much. This skin tone, so perfect. And these jeans, so good. And his hair, and his abs. I just got everything. So good. In this drawing, I loved it. This was done in February, the 10th of February, so not even too long ago. Oh, and he's not wearing a crop top. That's his chest binder. He's a trans guy. Also, he has earrings, but they're clip-ons because he's afraid of needles. Maybe you're too far. Okay. Aisha and Raven, this is when I was thinking about giving her goggles. I like this outfit, but I didn't like drawing it. That's where it is. Oh, so this is when I just got the Sergeant Art markers, which I did a review on. But this was done in Crayola watercolors, I think. I think I was only using Crayola at this point. It came out okay. My mother thinks they're gay. They're not. They don't like each other. You'll see his girlfriend soon. So this was the first drawing I did with them. They didn't really have a whole lot of good skin tones, but it was only a 30 color set. And I said in my review that these things yellow the pages. In a pinned comment on that review, that they yellow the pages. Spree alcohol markers, 10 out of 10, 100 times better than these. And you get 84 for $20. Can't beat the Spree alcohol markers. This is a drawing I did for the review video for the Sergeant Art, and it kind of spoiled this page. See how yellow it is? And then even after it's spoiled, I put tracing paper over it and yellowed that too. I don't like those markers. I don't recommend them. I sketched this with cold erase colored pencils. This, I can't remember which watercolors. This wasn't... I think this was just my Paul Rubens. Yeah, at this point I think I only had the Crayola and the Paul Rubens. Raven and Ryuji, They are very close friends. This is... I don't think you guys would have seen him in another sketchbook, but you would have seen him in speed paints and stuff. This is 7. This was also done in marker and destroyed the paper. This is 7. I love his design. I don't think I'd ever redesign him, like his short dreads. I just really like 7. He's blind, by the way, so 100% blind. This was another drawing I did for that review video. I got really frustrated with this drawing. So, and of course it kind of ruined this page. I really like how this one came out. This, I actually referenced a picture of Jan Yu Long because I was watching My Roommate is a Detective at the time, and Jan Yu Long has poses that from his modeling and stuff that I really liked. So most of Corbin's poses are from Jan Yu Long's. I reference him. I wanted to draw a Lego Batman because he is the best Batman ever. Fight me on that one. More 7. Kitai and Summer. They are in love and they will get married. More 7. Still love 7. He's cool. Kitai and Summer. She's wrapped in his coat because of course she is. I think I did a speed paint of... No, I just think I did a regular video painting this. I did a video painting this. This is Corbin. And then I wanted to try doodle art, so I drew this. But of course it destroyed the other page and totally messed up the tracing paper. More 7. Like I said, I love him. More doodle art. Oh, this is President McMuffins. So I love him. He's so cute. I did this in a video, I think. I did this in a video, but this one I didn't. I wanted to have them in like a couple outfit, and then I realized that I should have given him the red pants because she's not one to wear red pants, but he would totally wear red pants. Corbin just likes fashion and changing things up and stuff. I think he looks so cute in this outfit. I want to draw him in this outfit more. I love him. And this is when I changed his colors to blue and like a khaki. Love it. More doodle art. I colored this in with watercolor pencils. I don't like watercolor pencils. More art for Kitai and Summer, except she looks dead and really young. She's only 2 years younger than him, or 2 or 3 years, and not dead, so it looks like Corpse Bride. I don't know anything about Corpse Husband, so she just looks like a zombie. Raven and Aisha, they're friends. I did a video painting this, totally messed up this part. No, in the video I joked and said that, oh, I'm sure nothing bad will happen because I messed up this thing. Like a day after I posted this video, my mother got sick. And the day after that, which was around my birthday, I think it was my birthday, we found out she had COVID. And then the week after, she ended up in the hospital being unable to breathe. So I spent like 3 weeks at the very least. Every time I wake up, I look at my phone to see if there's any missed call to say that she was dead. So be careful when you're painting, because things like that could in fact destroy the world. Yeah, that was not a coincidence I was fond of, but it happened. So as much as I do like this picture, I just think that, oh, I posted this video and my mother nearly died. This is Bay. Originally her name was supposed to be Blay, but I changed it Bay. You know, like B-A-Y. She is a pastel goth. I love how this drawing came out. She's so cute. She does not have a cute personality, but she is so cute. She is everything I dislike about teen characters, even though she's not a teen, she's in her early 20s. But yeah, everything I dislike about this standard YA teen character of I'm so cool and edgy and snarky and I can make fun of people because I'm just a cool edgy teenager and it's their fault for getting angry when I make fun of them, because she likes to target Raven with most of her insults, and Raven isn't someone to fight back, and Ryuji likes her, and Seven isn't in most of the story as much as I love him. I'm actually thinking about having a whole separate story with him. So the only two people who actually tell her to stop is Aisha and Corbin. So yeah, I kind of like her, but I also don't like her. She's not a bad person, she's just everything I dislike about teenagers in one person. And yeah, that's also the reason why I don't like watching shows starring teenagers. They snark. Oh man, I hate the snarky responses to everything. It's so irritating. For once, can't you just be serious? So yeah, I drew them this was a video too, I think. I painted with these Meeden watercolors, the fan watercolors that everybody was raving about a few years ago. My brother bought them for me. I don't like them. This was done in Crayola. I really liked how it is, how it's done. And this one was also done in the Meeden. But here's the thing about the Crayola. And I noticed it with the washable prang as well. When they dry sticky. So they kind of stick to the other side of the paper and mess it up a bit. And you can see it here. That's why I don't really use the Crayola watercolors anymore. Just because of that. If it wasn't so sticky, I'd use it still. I did a speed paint of this. I love this drawing so much. So cute. She's cute too, but she's so cute. And then Corbin, of course, is just rocking his onesie. I wanted to draw them looking cute. This is exactly so. He would wear this unironically. Like, you don't have to tell him to wear something like this. He would wear this one. He would wear any of these. He just loves wearing weird stuff. Just because he can. Like I said, he really likes fashion. And he's a gecko. I think I explained it in the video. But yeah. So this is a gecko. He's a dragonfly. He's a falcon. She's a fox. She's a stingray. And wait. She's a beetle. Yeah. Beetle. This was a painting I did for the Pinterest store watercolors. I didn't like them. Moving on. I wanted to draw them in a cute pose, so I did. Oh, this is Sab and Roshad. Now, you might remember them back in my first video. My first sketchbook tour. I redesigned them a bit. I love how they look now. I even did a little logo here. He is a royal god, and she is the Duskborn, but the dark Duskborn. That's why her colors are so dark. And then I used the markers to do this. I like how it came out. I love these. I just really like the designs I came up with these two. Duskborn is... Let me see. I think book 4. Book 4 might be Duskborn. Or is it book 2? I can't remember. But Duskborn is one of the earlier stories. I think this one came out pretty good. This marker was almost dead when I was using it. I did these with water-based markers. I think these were the Ohuhu brush markers. I don't think I did this in a speed paint, but I wanted to draw them in more formal clothes. So, I like how it came out. I really like these two. But also 7. I like the purple. I did this speed paint. It's blob animals. And I was trying to do an angsty drawing of Corbin because he is always sad. Because I put him through so much. Oh, I should clarify, he's trans, but that is not a problem. In any of the problems he faces in this story, that's not one of them. So yeah, he struggles with literally everything else except his trans identity. That's the one thing he is fine with everything, especially because he's in love with Raven, and Raven knew him before he started going by Corbin. and it's not something that bothers her, and it's not something that bothers his friends, so it's not something he worries about. If his friends were different, he would have worried about it, but because his friends, it's neither here nor there to them. Like, he's Corbin, so that's not something that bothers him. Now, he angst about a lot of other things because he has made mistakes in his past, and he is dying, so he has a lot to be sad about. But him being trans is not something. That's why he could walk around looking for the... Where is it? Yeah, these pages are thick. That's why he could just wear this in front of people and not be worried, because nobody's gonna say anything, because it doesn't matter. Corbin is Corbin. But he's still going to suffer. I wanted to draw them in cute outfits. I did not get Raven's skin tone good, but I like it. I especially love how Aisha came out. She's so cute in this drawing. I wanted to draw my guys as well. Ryuji came out the best, but I did not do Corbin justice. 7 always looks good, so that's not even a problem. I always draw Ryuji and 7 looking good. Oh, and if you'll notice, his hair is a lot shorter than in the last sketchbook. She looks creepy, but I was trying to see what, if I outlined it in like colored pencil, how would that look? I should not have used this light purple, because I'd really like the sketch. This was also done with the Pinterest of watercolors. I just wanted to draw Corbin with them because of course I did. Kitai and Summer drawn in colored pencils. And this is Klee, but this is Brody. They're from different versions of Earth, and both of them are the sole survivors. So there's nobody else from their planet that survived. Both their entire families died. He lost an arm and a leg. I gave him a prosthetic leg after. And poor Klee. Klee had maybe one happy year in her entire life. One single year, and everything before and after that was just sad. Because her husband is a narcissistic, well, was, because he's dead, was a narcissistic psychopath. I'm not even talking about like hypothetically or, you know, hyperbole or anything. I'm talking like if he was to be diagnosed by a psychologist, he's a narcissistic psycho. And her son is awful. I mean, like, I know he's like 2 or 3 when he dies, but I hate him so much. Ugh, I hate her son. Her mother is awful. Her mother is worse, and she's neurodivergent. So this poor girl suffers so much. Don't worry, she has a happy ending. She is definitely going to have a happy ending, and her descendants are the next heroes. Though, to be honest, based on what happens in the story, more than half the planet are descended from these two. It makes more sense in the story because the story takes place 10,000 years before present day today on Earth. So yeah, you'll understand more why they could be the ancestors for half the world's population. This is where I just did some pen sketches. I love how this one came out. I love it so much. And then I was testing out watercolors, so I wasn't being too neat, so I just sketched her in pen and threw on some watercolors. I love these colors for her. Also, these characters are the reason why my mother says I use too much blue, but I love blue in character design, so I'm gonna keep using blue. I love him. I love her. This is Brody. He was so blissfully happy before the aliens invaded his planet. He had 2 daughters. His wife was pregnant with their first son. He had a job he liked. He and his family spent time on the weekends going to like the aquarium and stuff. He was so happy. And then the aliens invaded. I think he's he's a cute guy. He's nice. He's a really good person. But because of what happened, he's a bit, in the beginning, he's not exactly himself because his family was murdered. They all died and he lost his arm and leg. Clee built him the prosthetics because her previous job was into robotics and prosthetics and stuff because she was a scientist in the army. So she's the one who built him these, but they're not, normally she would build them better, but because she didn't have much time, this was the best she could have done, which is why it's just held up with straps and things. She promises to make him a better one, but they really don't have much time and these work, so he's going to have to use them a bit longer until she can get a better one. In Vital Warriors. Vital Warriors is a story I don't really talk much about. In my next sketchbook, the one I'm working on right now, I designed Rafi and Kai, so Raphael and Kailani, who are the main characters in that story. This is Kailani's uncle. I love him. I love his personality. This character just... It felt like he came into my house, raided my fridge, fell asleep on my couch, and I just didn't want to tell him to leave. So I had to draw him. But yeah, he's totally just dead inside. Raven and Ryuji. I'll talk more about this story in maybe in the next sketchbook. I drew these in ballpoint pen. I love ballpoint pen in this sketchbook. This is a Litex sketchbook. I'll link it in the description. I used regular markers. This was when I was trying to work out another design for Aisha. There's this show that Lee Min-ho acted in. I can't remember, it was kind of boring anyway, but this was a pose he did with the main actress for one of the promotional posters. So of course I had to draw it with Roshan and Saba because it just screamed them when I saw. And I added in a little more designs on Saba's robe. I just really like your outfit, so you're so cool. More Clee and Brody. They're love interests, by the way. They fall in love and get married. Like I said, they're the descendants of most of the world's population, so like half the world's population. I like how this one came out. I like how this one came out too. So Ryuji and Bae, she has to tiptoe to reach him because he's tall. Corbin, this is when I was trying to work out his new design and the colors. I like how these colors look, but I ended up going with these colors instead. And yes, he is wearing a kurta inspired by Indian outfits because I am half Indian and I like Indian outfits, so I decided to draw him in one. It fits his personality. This is when I had redesigned Aisha and I was working out her colors, her new colors, and well, of course, Bae. My four main characters, I made the mistake of using some of the Sergeant Art markers, and it's a good thing I had taped this paper over it. So I did a video drawing this when I was reviewing the bamboo paper, the bamboo mixed media paper. Short summary, good for markers, good for pen and pencil, bad for watercolors. This sketchbook doesn't really handle markers all that well, but I still like how this came out. This was when I really wanted to draw in her new design. Clee and Brody, this was also a part of the bamboo watercolor, the bamboo mixed media paper review. More of the characters, I sketched them in pen and used watercolors. I think this was a pen Trista watercolors. More drawings, I messed up their faces. I don't know what was going on this day. And these two characters, they don't have names, right? But I love them so much. He finds her and she has no memory. And he's looking for his wife who has been missing. So that's essentially the short part of their story. it's an adventure story that's connected to the story I'm probably going to write next. So I'll explain more later. I was just experimenting with things. I wanted to draw somebody with green hair because I realized that I had a lot of like green and orange markers that I wasn't using, so but I didn't want to get up to get the markers, so I just used watercolor. So I wanted to draw somebody with green hair. More Aisha because at this time these are the Ohuhu markers, skin tone set, and I did this was before I got the spray markers, so I was just drawing Aisha because she was the only character I had the colors for in the Ohuhu set. Absolute fail. I hate this. I messed up on her mouth and face and stuff. I just did a pencil sketch and colored it with the Pinterest watercolors, so it's really light, it's streaky. But I just wanted to do something quick. I really wanted to finish the sketchbook because I was getting near the end. Raven and Corbin, the entire gang. Yes, they're my favorite characters to draw. Corbin, I wanted to try drawing someone sitting on a chair. The chair doesn't look all that good, but whatever. I just wanted to leave this in line art, so I drew the 4 of them. I like how this one came out. I like how I drew Corbin's face. Came out pretty good. More of those 2 characters. I think she's cute, of course. She's dressed in pink and white because that's exactly what he would dress his daughter in. And he looks like a nerd. He is not, well, he is a nerd, but he's not just a nerd. Like under all those layers are abs. Makes more sense in the story. He is an explorer. Like I said, definitely makes more sense in the story. Now, I was drawing a guy whose picture I found on Pinterest, and as I drew the pose, and I was like, you know what? Let me make it into a character. So I made it. I started sketching out a face, and then clothes, and then I drew him again because I wanted to. And I drew him again, and then I realized he and the green-haired guy are brothers, so I wanted to draw them together, and I wanted to figure out his colors. And then I decided to give them opposing colors. So green hair, green shirt, red hair, red shirt, and then different colored shoes. They are very close. He's married, he's not. He lives with him though, so I don't have any names for them. I don't have a story for them, but I like drawing them, so expect to see them every now and then. I need to get back into drawing these 2 characters though, because I like them. More of the brothers, Corbin, and then the final page, Aisha and Raven. And that's it. That was a sketchbook. I started it January 29th, ended it March 31st. So it only took me like 2 months to get through this sketchbook. I was on a roll. I don't know why. But it could also be because there were 50 pages and I ripped out one. So that was sketchbook number 6. I'm on sketchbook number 7 now, so it's gonna be a while before you get another sketchbook tour. I'm really busy writing, and I probably should not have chosen a sketchbook with over 100 pages. But I'm having fun in that sketchbook. I love this sketchbook. This is my favorite sketchbook so far. I love nearly everything in it, and I think I made a lot of progress because one of the things I wanted to focus on when in this sketchbook is color, clothing design, and drawing characters together. Because in my other sketchbooks I was really bad at drawing them together and keeping them in position, especially when they have to be interacting. So that's one of the things I wanted to practice, and I think I did improve a lot with getting the characters to interact more on page and improving my colors and my watercolor and everything, and my clothing design. I love Clee's and Brody's outfits. So I made a lot of progress in this sketchbook, and I really love the drawings. Like I said, I'll leave the link to this sketchbook in the description. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in another video later.